Negroes. Let me get my breakfast, y'all. Come on in here. Got some things to talk about. Okay, Lord, I got my drink, my water. I got my light serve, y'all. I got my light serve. Light. Well, good morning, everybody. We're gonna wait till a few more people come in here. If you can, please hit the like button. That brings more people into the live. I'm sure you don't want to just look at me by yourself. So I'm sure you don't want to share me by yourself. And you want me to start talking about TS Madison, but I'm not going to do that until we get more people into the live. Because I don't want nobody to come in later on and say, well, what about TS Madison? What happened? Well, I need more people to be in here, okay? So share the live. And if you're watching for the first time, it's okay to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you're watching for the first time, it's okay to say good morning. Let me know where you're watching from, city and state. Let me know where you're watching from, city and state. Yes. So it's not official, but I found a new place for my comedy spot. I can't show it to you because I've been talking to the man this morning, and it is in Atlanta. It's a nice price. I'm going to show it to my moderators and people who, if someone stopped talking to you without an explanation, what would you mandate? I wouldn't give a fuck. I wouldn't give two fucks if somebody stopped talking to me. Because why would I care? That's your answer. So anyway, I'm just waiting on a few more people to come into the live. I don't have a fork. It is cold here in Texas, where I'm at. And I had my California. It's early in California. I had my my TV on with the thunderstorm because it was thundering and lightning last night, and I had my TV on with the thunder and lightning. And I woke up this morning and I said, "Bitch, it's still thundering out there," and I forgot I had my TV on. But it's cold outside. The winter is still trying to hold on, baby. She's trying to hold on. Miss Winter is really trying to hold on. But Miss Spring is right around the corner. All right, we got 35 people. Let's see if we can get about 50 people in here. I'm going to talk about TS Madison. I think everyone is for a season. Yeah, I've got a friend, a couple of friends. I got a friend I've been knowing since college. And him and I are still friends. We fight, and fuss, and disagree, but we are friends. We have stuck with each other through thick and thin. You have to hit the like button for more people to come into the live. I hate syrup. The only thing I hate about syrup, it gets sticky and gets everywhere. Again, I want to start talking, but I really want people to see this live. Y'all have to make sure. And where's here at? Where's here? Sorry. Columbus is where, how long you been in Columbus? I did the radio show in Columbus, Foxy. Mm-hmm. Ain't that the name of it, Foxy? Why is it so hard for y'all to hit the like button? So you heard of Foxy. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I did the radio station there years ago. That's when Ricky Smiling was on there. I don't know who's on there now in the morning. And I was on there with this comedian named Rudy Rush. Mm-hmm. Rudy Rush. Y'all remember? Do y'all remember Rudy Rush from Apollo? Mm-hmm. He ain't really doing too much of that now, huh? All right. I just need 50 views. And share. If y'all share the live, let me share my live. Hold on. I haven't shared it myself. Hold on. I gotta have at least 50 people in there before I start talking about it. TS Madison is a big name, so I don't want to waste this live with just a few people on there. If I can get at least 50 people on there, I'm gonna start talking. First of all, if you know who TS Madison is, push number 1. I hate these store-bought waffles. Yuck. Oh, you can double tap? I thought you can only do that on TikTok. Well, double tap, baby. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that the more people hit, so it's like an algorithm. Is what they call it. Algorithm. And so the more people, the more likes you get. People want to know, well, what are they liking? What are they doing? You know, it's like when you sleep with somebody and the vajaja is good and you're a hoe and everybody know about it and you want to know, well, why is everybody going to her? Or him? Well, you're a hoe and your stuff is good. Everybody's in the community is going to know about it. You ain't got to advertise it. The word going to get out. Y'all still not hitting the like button? Thumbs up or whatever you call it. All right, let me share and then I'm going to start talking. If you know who TS Madison is, push 1. Push 1 if you know who I'm talking about. TS Madison. You know who I'm talking about. Okay. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. I just shared this with about 8 groups on Facebook, so let's get into the conversation. You know what amazes me, y'all? I know what y'all know. I know y'all know what's going on with all this. I don't even want to mention the person's name, the DL person and all this stuff that's going on. And you know what? First of all, if I was a woman and I had a vajayjay, I wouldn't even fix my mouth. If a man wants to call himself a woman and live like a woman, if I had something that I had as a woman, I wouldn't be offended by what you do over there because I got one. I have it. And I wouldn't be offended because I guess I can say this. I'm not a woman, but I'm just saying if I was, I'm thinking this is what I would be. I wouldn't care what you got going on because I got what I got. In other words, and really, it don't even have nothing to do with if you're a woman or trans or whatever. But if you got a Mercedes and I got a Honda, I could care less about your Mercedes. I'm happy you got your Mercedes. I'm happy with my Honda. And here's another thing. That DL person, I'm not gonna say their whole name, who's obviously gay, who obviously has a problem with gay people, who obviously has a problem with TS Madison. Let me tell you something. If that was my gay son, I'd beat the fuck out of him. If that was my gay son, I would beat the fuck out of my gay son. First of all, my gay children don't do shit like that. They're not children, but the people who I mentor. Now, some have fallen along the way and moved on with their life. But if you look up to me as a mentor and you hating on your own community, I mean, I know you ain't gonna always like everybody. We're not gonna always agree and like everybody in the gay community. But if I find out you stalking somebody and you call me a mentor and you look up to me, y'all know I ain't never do no shit like that. We're gonna have a talk. Me and you gonna sit down and find out what is your fucking problem. You know, first of all, as a gay man, you ever got them two strikes against you. You're black and you're gay. And you're black and you're gay, and you're attacking somebody who's gay. I don't understand why is it. If you have your shit together as a female, why would they be calling me a stalker? I'm not even talking about, it's not about me. I'm talking about somebody stalking her. What are you talking about? So, if I was a female and I had a vagina and I had periods and all that, if a man say who wants to live their life as a woman or a trans woman, what's your name? Your name is TS Madison. Hi, baby, how you doing? Would you identify as trans female or female? Oh, okay. What is it gonna hurt me to call if I run it? Listen, I run into. Now you don't got me. You just running your fucking mouth and not paying attention. Shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm saying before you go to running your fucking mouth. So if I run into trans women, trans men all the time, and sometimes it's hard for me, not the women, but sometimes the trans men, I want to say she because I'm used to lesbians, like studs, because I don't know very many trans men. So I'm around a lot of studs, and I'm beginning to meet some. I mean, I've known some, and then I mess up and forget, and I say she, and then I say, oh, I'm sorry, he, But what is it going to benefit me to not respect the person? At the end of the day, it's all about respect. If you want to be called a female, that's what I'm going to call you. If you want to be called a motherfucking cat, that's what I'm going to call you. I'm not going to disrespect you. Why would I do that? And I thought about the DL person this morning. You know what's sad, y'all? All the shit that TS Madison got, she worked hard for. Nobody gave it to her. She worked for everything that she got. Which brings me to this. You can have the best of anything, and you can work your ass off from the bottom all the way up to the top, and you're gonna still have motherfuckers to hate on you. You're gonna have still motherfuckers gonna stalk you and hate. But like I say, how can you be a gay person or even a female that's born a female and be hating on somebody just because of their sexuality? A lot of that is just, that's why it says don't, that's why in the Bible it says don't covet thy neighbor. This is the reason why right here. Do not covet thy neighbor. And hate, when you hate on people, it's horrible. This woman has done everything that a lot of us wish we could do, just like the same thing with the lady who eats, be Scott, be Love. She sits in front of the camera, she eats and makes millions. She did it, I told y'all she did it in 11 months, that's what she said on CBS. I became a millionaire in 11 months. Some of y'all been on your jobs for 11 years and then made $1 million. But you want to talk about her? A lot of this is just straight jealousy. A lot of it, and I met TS Madison. She came to Dallas. We hung out. One of the sweetest persons you ever meet in your life. I mean, oh my God. The tea. The tea. And, you know, I want to cry for her sometimes. Because I woke up this morning and I'm seeing a video where this shit is going left now. They got somebody else who's getting involved. The ATL in person. You know, and I'm sitting there listening to this person and they just keep saying he, and he. I'm like, does it hurt you to just be kind and cordial to people? I understand it's YouTube, but I understand people like, you know, clicks, likes, and views. I get it. But now TS Madison is saying now that she's telling ATL, you better stay out of this. She got proof. One thing, let me tell y'all one about TS Madison. She don't play, bitch. She got lawyers. She don't play. She be on top of her shit. She's very smart. You know, she's been a businesswoman all her life. With her porn, and now what she's doing now, she knows exactly what she's doing, baby. She knows. She's very smart. And so somehow, so apparently, she was saying on the video that maybe ATL might be called to be a witness and stuff like that. Miss TS Madison, you better stay out of it. You better stay out of it. I love my women followers. I fucking love y'all. Y'all are the ones, the reason why I have the followers that I have. Fuck you men. Fuck all of you men. And I meant that from the bottom of my heart, and I'm joking. But the women are the ones who really make my show. 180% make my show, because the men are fickle, honey. A lot of straight men, they do watch me, but they don't say much. And it ain't the gay community that support me. It's y'all. It's the straight community. Oh, the LGBTQ rainbows, they be watching. They don't say nothing. A lot of that's jealousy. There's so much jealousy in the gay community and just in the community period. But it's just so sad how this woman has come from the bottom and went all the way up to the top, and just a beautiful home. They on the internet talk about our house. Or should I say her mansion? They're talking about her mansion. And she got two, probably got more than two. And y'all say, well, I don't like, this is what they say, I don't like her house. Well, I don't like this, I don't like that. What? Who has time to sit on the internet and talk about somebody's house? Now, I do celebrity tea, right? Yeah. But I ain't stalking nobody, and I ain't putting up nobody's addresses. There's some weird people out there. But there's a thin line. There's a thin line, y'all. I mean, tomorrow or today, I could start a YouTube channel talking about celebrities. Because no, they can't. No, they can't. Well, AT Alien, I know she got money. She got followers, but that DR Whisper guy, yeah, a while ago. Yeah, a while ago. He's sitting up in jail. Because he ain't smart enough. He didn't go to jail because he was smart. He went to jail because he was dumb. And doing dumb, stupid shit. And letting all these hating ass women who don't like the LGBT community, so they going through you. And now you got yourself in trouble and you still sitting in prison. Jail. And can't get a bond. And you let these women hype you up. What happened to hype me up guy with the boots? I ain't seen him in a while. This fine ass. Well, anyway. But, you know, it's just, it's horrible. And let me say this. And baby, last night I was up to 4 or 5 o'clock this morning watching that Jesse Jackson funeral, baby. Well, it wasn't a funeral. It was like a celebration, whatever. Baby, all them other singers they had, they was cute, baby. But not until Jennifer Hudson and Leandra Johnson came through, baby. They wore it out. Was that what's the name of that song? Never Would Have Made It? Was that Marvin Sapp who really sung that song, or was that somebody else? Because he sounded good. Which brings me to this, and I'm finna read. Oh, y'all ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, but I'm finna to read, bitch. See, this what killed me about these church folks, especially the Church of God in Christ. Now, hey, couple of years, maybe last year, I think it was last year, the bishop, y'all continue hitting the like button, the bishop of the Church of God in Christ, Mr. Sheard, last year sometime, he was online, talking about homosexuals, doing this. Oh yeah, go look it up. So you got your fake ass at the Jesse Jackson funeral. Yeah, you don't support Jackson because you don't support the LGBTQ community. Do y'all realize that Jesse Jackson was the first candidate that supported the LGBT+ community? He was the first black preacher. And the Church of God in Christ do not stand for the church. The Church of God in Christ don't even stand for the LGBT community. Well, honey, so don't be fake. If you don't like us, you definitely should have been at Jesse Jackson's funeral. Because he's still for the gays. Yeah, don't be fake, Bishop Sheard. We saw what you did. He was acting like a sissy. He was talking about gay people and stuff, acting like a sissy. A grown-ass man, a bishop of the Church of God in Christ. Church of God in Christ is just a fucking name. It's a name, and God probably don't even acknowledge it. He don't acknowledge Baptists, Methodists, none of that bullshit. It's man-made. Well, don't be fake. If the Church of God in Christ don't stand for the LGBT, don't even come to the wake. Don't come to the funeral. Now we not going to that because he was the first Preacher that was for the gay community. Barack Obama too. What's the name too? Vice President Harris too. I think she was the one that told them to, y'all better marry these people in California when they first passed it. If not, you're breaking the law. I'm so glad that it's supposed to be. Me and my mama have this argument. I love her to death, but it ain't no separation of the church and state. Yes, it is. Because if it wasn't, imagine if the Taliban came over here and took over this country. You women wouldn't have the freedoms that you have. The gays definitely wouldn't be allowed. We'd be all dead. And you blacks probably wouldn't have we black folks wouldn't have no rights to nothing, anything either. Because, you know, the Taliban, baby, they don't, them girls don't play. What brings me to this, why do homosexuals be going to Dubai? What makes them feel like they all, I'm going to Dubai. They don't like homosexuals in Dubai. Why would I go over there and give them my money and they don't like me and like what I stand for? There's some sick people in the world. Either you stand with me or you don't. If you don't like gays, don't watch me. If you're okay with what I got going on, then it's okay to watch me. I don't understand why somebody would go to somebody's YouTube channel and you see what they do and you want to make a comment. Hey, Angela, and you want to make a comment about what they got going on. You don't have to say anything. You can just keep strolling. Like, why would I go to Dubai? And, you know, I got a little switch to my walk, you know. I could try, you know, I'm a homosexual, y'all. But I do try to, you know, butch it up. So, you know, but it don't work all the time. I'm going to show you, give you an example. So I talked about this once before. Example. And I tell this to all the straight men in the world. You know, if you a hood nigga, you hood, and you know you got weed on you, and you know you might have a warrant out for your arrest, you know, and you hood, and the police come your way and you walking like this, and you know what they do, they hold their pants. You know how they walk. Baby, when the police come, you better be like this. Hey, officer. They're going to keep going to the wrong person. But I try to walk a little, I don't really have it. Let's see. I can't do it. I just walk like myself, but I couldn't go to Dubai because I got a little twitch to my walk. And I was online one day and they was talking about, it was the people, and just like, oh, go over there to what's the name and look at what they call it. Go over there and look at the gate of no return. What is it? What's that? It's quite a few countries, but what is that country? Hold on, y'all. Whew. What's that other country where you go? It's an African country, and they got no, not Jamaica. Well, I know about them. I know they don't really care for the gays, but it's Ghana. And the guy was on there, and I said, how do they treat gays in Guyana? He says, oh, no way. I mean, he instantly started talking real bad about the gay community. Us just seeing this demonic, and I was like, girl, I just asked a question, you know. But he over there talking to girls and stuff, talking crazy and nasty to females. But yeah. And I said, well, are there any other centers over in Guyana? I said, well, what happens if you go tell somebody, what if I go to Ghana or Guyana or wherever that is, and I tell the police, oh, he's gay. He said they're going to arrest them. Can you imagine? You're a straight man and you go over there and tell the police, oh, he gay, and they're going to arrest him? Why would I want to go there? To see the gate of no return. Bitch, I can see that online. It just, I don't get it. And which brings me back to the TS Madison situation. Hey, Janet, thank you for being a member. Which brings me back to the TS Madison thing. If DL Whisper was my son, he would never have done that. No, I wouldn't want to go there. Because there's a lot of straight men who act like they got little feminine ways and they're not gay. Mm-hmm. Oh, you've been a member for 3 months. Thank you. You guys make sure y'all become members too. I'm going to be sharing my, I found a new spot. In Atlanta. I'm talking to the guy now. It's a really nice spot. It's really, really nice. Free parking and everything. So I'm talking about my comedy show, y'all. I kind of ran into some issues with the last place, but I'm talking to this guy now and trying to see, and it's a lot. It's not as cheap as the place that I got, but it's nice. It has stage lighting. It's very nice. So anyway, back to what I was saying about. I'm gonna get back to TS Madison. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for. I don't understand. How could you be? Well, it's the same thing as being a black person and hating on your own people. I know people disagree. Like, I do my YouTube stuff and I do celebrity stuff. But if you really watch my celebrity stuff, only time I really go in on somebody is if they do something really bad, like how T.I.'s son, all this stuff that he's doing. It's just absolutely horrible. It's just absolutely horrible how you would, how you would put somebody's dead mother on a T-shirt, and you got fat ass, big U-Haul ass Rick Ross back side, his back size of the whole NFL football team. Somebody like that, yeah, I read. Because he's a grown ass fucking man, and you're doing shit like that. A grown man, and you're gonna buy a T-shirt with somebody dead mama on. Can you imagine being a millionaire or a billionaire? I think Rick's a billionaire. Can you imagine being a billionaire or a millionaire and doing a little punk shit like that? And you wonder why the youth are doing the things they do. It's same thing with the black gay community. Yeah. The same thing about the gays, and I talk about the gays all the time. They don't like what I said, but y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Always running around here talking about, y'all see the baddies, now y'all want to be the gay baddies. I know we don't need to compare ourselves to the white community, but y'all, how many white people do you see doing bad? How many white gays do you see doing shit like that, baddies and fighting one another? You don't. Except the white ones that think they try to act like they black. Foolish. And I apologize for going off on you, but you weren't paying attention. I would never stalk TS Madison. I love her. But and it makes no sense. Like, and it's a guy. And it's a guy that used to go to the clubs in Dallas when I lived in Dallas. In the club that we had, we lost it, because of the fighting. And here you are, 5 years later, I'm looking on the internet and you're on here fighting? Fighting on the internet, a grown-ass man? And every chance I get, I go on there and I make a comment when I see the gays fighting one another. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. See, when I came out in the 80s, You know what we was doing? We was fighting to keep people alive. See, a lot of these gays should have been around when I came out, when we was trying to love one another and get along with one another, because everybody was dying in the community. I can imagine if the gays who died back in the 80s and the 90s from the virus, I can imagine if they could see what was going on, they'd be like, why them bitches fighting one another? They're gonna be fighting. They're gonna be fighting the government before long, because they're trying now to cut back on HIV meds. And who you think is gonna target? Who you think is gonna affect? Well, they already see y'all don't like one another. Y'all fighting one another. You're running around here having unprotected sex, putting it on the internet. They were like, well, why do we need to keep giving them medication? And when they doing, I mean, I know straight people do it too. So, but why do we? But they targeting us because we black and we gay. I told you we got two strikes with black and we gay. So the government is like, okay, this administration sure don't like the black gays, the gays period. But they're like, okay, black gays always fighting one another. They got all these videos online having unprotected sex. So why do we need to keep giving them, helping them get their medication? When we was coming up, we was trying to help when I came out in the 80s, when the AIDS virus came around, you know what I was doing? Every fucking week I was doing a show to raise money to help people living with HIV, because the government wasn't helping back then. Reagan ass was not helping. His ass was Reagan they didn't start helping the people in the community until like Bill Clinton came around. It was that you get it, you died, that's it. We was trying to help each other stay alive. I can't even begin to tell you how many fucking benefit shows I did back in the 80s to help people get money for. Well, it wasn't for no medication, because there wasn't no medication. We was raising money for them to just basically maybe get them a place to stay, because everybody was shunning people who had HIV and AIDS back then. They was shunning them away, just not. I met this lady. Well, actually, this apartment complex I used to live in Dallas. It's a straight lady. Her and her husband, she was a flight attendant, and she would fly into Dallas. And most flight attendants know it's a lot of gays that work for the flight attendants. You know them. And she would come to Dallas, and she was from New York. So she was from New York. So oh shit, my phone about to die. She was in New York, and so there was the HIV/AIDS epidemic hit real bad there first, and she knew about it. But when she came to Dallas, she had money. Her husband had money, and she bought a complex in Dallas for people living with AIDS, so she could help people, because people wouldn't give you an apartment. They would shun you away. The family turns against you. The church, all that. Not all churches, but y'all get what I'm saying. Let me charge my phone. So yeah, back then we was trying to help one another. We weren't trying to hurt one another. I mean, we did have fights and stuff back then, but we wasn't on TV fighting one another and shit like that. It's just horrible. Let me get my charger. But I just came on here to talk about TS Madison, and it's just so sad, that this woman has worked hard. Y'all like my picture? Isn't that pretty? She has worked hard for what she's gotten, and what proves to you, that shows you, it doesn't matter what you have in life and how much you accomplish, people still gonna hate on you. And that's sad. This woman got more than, and it's not even about that. It's not even about what TS Madison got. She's so sweet. She's such a sweet person. I met her personally, y'all, and she don't bother nobody. She just get on there, do her stuff, and then it's the same thing. And then when that DL Whisper person started talking about T.S. Madison's mama, that was the end of it. Who is his parents? Where is this boy? He's lost. That young man is lost. Basically, you know what? And I wouldn't even dog him out like that. I would just say, pray for him, because he's lost. That dude is lost. I wish I could have been his gay parent from back in the day, because I would have taught him better than that. You don't do that, son. You don't be attacking your own people, and don't even attack women. Definitely don't be a gay man. This guy, Junior from Steve Harvey Morning Show, is a friend of mine. If you don't believe me, go look at my videos. It's somewhere in one of my videos. I actually interviewed him on my YouTube channel a long time ago, not in drag, but out of drag. And Junior told me a long time ago when I was doing comedy with him in Dallas, he said, PT, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, the first thing you need to do when you come on stage is acknowledge the women and be cordial to the women, because the women are the ones you want on your side. Because the men might support you, but they not gonna support you because they don't want their women think that they gay. And he was right about that. You know, he was right about that. And so I don't know who this person's parents are, but we don't have to say a gay parent. Let's just say a real, where's his biological mother and father? Why would you go on live and talk about somebody's mama? Clicks, likes, and views, and letting these other women who don't like TS Madison build his head up, and now look where he at, sitting in jail. He gonna miss spring break and everything. you know, I'm being catty, but it's sad. And I want to talk about it because I just love T.S. Madison, y'all. I love her. I do. I love T.S. Madison, and and I just. But anyway, she warned ATL Alien. She warned her and told her to stay out of it because she's supposed to be supposedly allegedly being a witness with this dear whisper stuff. But she told her to stay out of it. T.S. Madison know what she's doing. She's not stupid. She know exactly what she's doing. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to see something here. Yeah. T.S. Madison know. She know exactly what she's doing. She's not stupid. What they say, you fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, I met her. She was real sweet. She came to Dallas. We hung out and was in a limo. That was when she was with the other guy, whoever that manager was. She was back there too. And it was so crazy because the night that she came to Dallas, she hung out with me on my show, and nobody knew she was coming. That was a part of the deal that they weren't supposed to know she was gonna come Thursday. So people were shocked when they seen it. And then when she left the club that night, they had big, a big fight and shootout in the motherfucking club. And she could have counseled. She could have got out of that contract, but she didn't. She came on the next day, and it was all on the news. And oh, Jesus. So anyway, y'all. Uh, do y'all hear that thundering in the background? Tell me if y'all hear that. Come on. I just love this little light I got from Walmart. I love this little light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, hold on, y'all. Ooh, okay. Oh, if this shit don't put you to sleep right here, nothing will. Yeah, it's spring. Spring is coming, and now tonight, was it tomorrow? We're supposed to spring ahead. That's some bullshit. Or is it tonight? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it on so I hang up with y'all. I ain't got shit to do today. It's cold outside. You know, whatever. Yeah. Tornado warnings, yeah. hmm Anyway, y'all, I just want to talk about that, and again, I really love TS Madison, and I just pray, man. You gotta always have haters, no matter what. Even if you got a sweetheart, look. Well, I ain't comparing TS to Jesus, but here's an example. This is the perfect example. Y'all know what I'm about to say. He was a perfect man according to the Bible. He didn't hurt nobody. If anything, he came down on this earth to die for our nasty ass sins. And they found no. They used to sing this song at the Holiness Church. I find no fault in him. They couldn't find anything wrong except they accused him of being a witchcraft, doing witchcraft by healing people. Now that they couldn't find anything, all he did was try to love and teach the good word and all that, according to the Bible. And even let's just say even if the Bible is fake, that's a great story. Let's say even if it's fake, it's a great story. Jesus was about love and teaching people to love and to get along with one another and to do the right thing and love your brother as thyself. And they still found a way to kill him, to take him out. They still found a way. They just made up stuff. So I get it. Some people are just gonna be evil and mean and nasty. King, T.I. son, and just some people just got evil in their heart. And they don't know no other way. I know there's a drag queen in Dallas, and I'm not gonna say her name. And when I back in the '80s, '90s, she just hated me. There's a couple of them. Just hated me. They weren't as talented as I was. They weren't as cute as I was. But you can't get mad at me because God gave me a beautiful mother and a handsome father. I don't have nothing to do with that. That's just the way I came out. As far as the talent, I just happen to have the little talent that I have. I wasn't, yeah, just jealous of me. One time she said she's going to have the Jamaicans come and beat me up, all because I want somebody to get out of my house. I always been jealous. Had never been able to. There's quite a few people I know in my lifetime in the gay community as far as drag who's never been able to accomplish half the things that I have, and they just jealous for no reason. Just don't like you. I had an incident that happened in Dallas years ago, and well, what happened was I got a DJ a job, right? hmm Right, that's true. That's why the Bible say, "Cover not thy don't covet thy neighbor." So I had a guy who he wanted a job as a DJ at the club. I gave him the job. Well, and I told him that you'll be there. Well, I gave it to somebody else, but I told him you'll be there next week. He was like, "Why do you say that?" I said, "Cause the DJ I gave the job, he's only gonna be there one night." And I wasn't lying. Now that's my brother. He's my gay brother. I ain't gonna say his name, but he don't take no shit. So, but then he just a lot of times he just don't he bullheaded and don't listen. And I told the guy, "Oh, you'll be back. He'll come. You can come next week, because he'll be here one night and that's it." And he was there one night, and I hired the guy. I don't know how long he was there. I don't know if he was there for a year, 3 or 4 or 5 months. I don't know, but he wanted to work at this club because this is where everybody went. He begged me, "I want to work. I want to work." I got you. I got you. Just give me let me get past this first thing. He was there. I don't know how long he was there, but my boss called me and said he sent me a flyer with a DJ's name on it, and he said, "Do you know anything about this?" And y'all, I just shook my head and started crying. I knew the shit was gonna hit the fan. So you working at the club that got you hired at, but you got your name on a flyer around the corner the same night. Mind you, and had a drag queen on there. She'd been jealous of me ever since I gave her her spot, as an entertainer first, and then she started hosting, and she just been jealous of me, just for no reason. And I gave the bitch her start, and everybody says she act just like you, PT. She act just like me on the mic. She talk like me. She say, "Amen." She do everything I do. She do the same thing. Everybody said, "Well, she act just like you," but she hate me so bad that she went and started another night and got the DJ that I hired to go work at the club around the corner. When they fired him, all hell broke loose. They said I got him fired. My boss told me go find me another DJ. I'm firing him. You just go find me another DJ. And I was pissed off because I knew the shit was gonna hit the fan. So I found this DJ the same night. Baby, they was paying $200 a week, and you already know $200 a week for a DJ is some damn good money. And so when when he got to the club, they said, "What's this about the flyer?" He said, "Oh, I'm just helping him out." My boss said, "You can't." I wasn't even in the office. I knew what was going on. I already knew. And he said, "You can't do that. You can't work here and go advertise another club. How you gonna be in two spots at one?" But that was because of the drag queen who didn't like me, who's never liked me, who's actually not even doing shows anymore and been on drugs and has to stay away from the clubs because she been doing cocaine and so everybody that I thought was my friend was going off on me on Facebook. Why y'all going off on me? I didn't have nothing to do with him getting fired. Yeah, bitch, they want to fight me and everything. Fuck PT, that bitch, old ass bitch. See you old, you're old bitch and stuff. When you ain't catering to nobody. You're trash. You ain't no good. Sorry, bitch, got him fired. No, I didn't get him fired, baby. He got himself fired. Oh yeah. We've talked since then. I've taken pictures with him. I moved on with my life. Well, I moved on back then. But that goes to show you how some people can get harmed and hurt over lies and backbiting and envying other people and trying to take other folks' spots and stuff. And that happened to him twice. I gave a guy a job in Dallas, and he went behind my back and told everybody, told the manager. I don't know how he ended up. What he told the manager, I have no idea. Told the manager something, and the manager believed him, and I started seeing everybody going over to him for bookings, and I said, "What the fuck is going on here?" "Well, you're no longer the show director." "Well, that's fine with you, bitch. I got a place to work." And he ended up going to jail, and they said I put him in jail. What? I didn't put that nigga in jail. He put himself in jail. He the one to write checks and doing fraud and all that kind of shit. So, man, I tell you, and they were talking about jumping me and everything. Yeah. All because of jealousy and people who can't take you, bitch. hmm And still to this day, they won't even acknowledge. Well, that happened to me 3 times. It happened to me in Atlanta. Somebody that I thought I knew. Yeah. Somebody, let this be a lesson to all of y'all. Because I'm not in the club business no more. But if you get an event or you do something with somebody that you think is your friend, bitch, get a contract and make sure it's notarized. Why would I need a notarized contract back then? These were my so-called friends. Why? I don't need that. They're not going to do me like that, as they say in New Orleans. They're going to do me like that. And it ended up doing me like that. And it taught me a lesson. If I was still in the club business, oh no, baby, we're doing a contract and it's going to be notarized. It's a business. Because, baby, when it comes to money, you can't trust nobody. Nobody. So, anyway, I'm glad y'all listened. And peace and love to TS Madison. Prayers for her. She going to be all right. TS Madison's strong. But it's sad that this woman can't do her little shows and make people smile and laugh and have a good content and just be successful at what she's doing because you got all these jealous and envious, backbiting, hating ass people. You know, if you can't put out content without stalking people, you something wrong with you. Yeah. When you start stalking people and bringing in the mamas and you know, it's something wrong with you mentally. It's something wrong with you. Hopefully they get that boy a mental evaluation while he's locked up because he's it's definitely something wrong with him. Because I'm telling you right now, I wish one of my kids, one of my gay sons, pop up on my live. The first thing they're gonna say when they come in, they say, "Hey, pops," or "Hey, dad," because they respect me. It's the way I raised them. I've been knowing them since they've been lying and sneaking in the club at like 17. You know, and some of them wasn't 17. One of my sons that popped up on here, he comes on here, and I met him in 2009, and I adopted him to be my son. And I'm his father. I'm his real dad's age. And the way I carry myself with him is the way he respects me. He comes on my live, he'll say, "Hey, pops." I had one son that called me a girl. Now, of course, I do drag. You know, I do drag. I have feminine ways, but I want you to I want just like a trans person want to be respected. I want you to respect me. If you want me to respect you, then I need you to respect me. I had that problem in the gay community. I don't have a problem with nobody calling me no girl. That shit don't bother me. I know who I am and I know what I am sexually. I know who I am and what I am sexually. But you know what's hard? You know what's crazy? That you have gay people who don't believe that. Just because a man wears a wig and makeup, you think they're getting it up the ass? That is not necessarily true. You better go watch some porn and see what they got going on there on there with the TSs and the men. You better go watch it. Or not just them, but the straight women. What they doing to their hook? Let me get off of here if I get in trouble. I love you guys. Y'all take care, and I'll see y'all later on. I'm finna turn on this thunder and lightning, and I'm getting ready to nap it on out. It's a beautiful day to just lay around. And if you haven't seen the Jesse Jackson Memorial, please go watch it. It was really good. Leandra Johnson, she sung. Jennifer sung. Um, it was good. Everybody spoke well. Um, what's his name? Reverend Al Sharpton. He never, Reverend Al Sharpton never leaves you. He never leaves you hanging. He never leaves you hanging. He's going to give you a sermon. He's going to give you a sermon. All right, let me see here. But everybody say bye, PT, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Oh Lord, I need to light my candle because I hate when I hate when I cook and you can smell the food in your. I hate that smell, so I'm gonna light me a candle and get that smell out of here. That smell. So everybody say bye bye, PT, and I'm gonna holler. Excuse me. I'm gonna holler at y'all later on. Let me find my candles. You have a fantastic day too. Well, I am about to have one. I'm about to lay my ass down. Because, yeah, I'm telling y'all right now, baby, the weather outside is frightening. I'm going to lay down for a little while. I told you I was up at 5 o'clock this morning watching that damn, watching that damn Jesse Jackson memorial. He has some handsome sons. He's some very handsome sons. That one son was it Yusef, one of them that got up and spoke. He said he had 5 kids. He was very handsome. I thought he was LGBTQ plus, but I mean you can still have kids and be LGBT. But I was like, girl, I thought she was one of the girls. Oh, that's right. It's on right now. Oh, child, let me go watch it, child. Oh, that's right. They did. Oh yeah, that's right. What is this? Okay, who is this? Somebody text me. Oh, that's my cousin Dizzy. I can't hear it right now. I'm in North Carolina with you. Okay, I'm gonna go watch it. What is it on? Well, it's probably on CNN. Okay, I'm gonna go watch it. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me. It's on one of them channels. I go watch it. That's my cousin Desi. She just hit me up. All right, it's on CNN. Okay, all right. Let me go watch it. All right, let me go watch the other one. Okay. All right, I got my candles lit now because now the house won't smell like meat. I want it to smell like some fresh. Oh, what? What type of candle is this? I think it's strawberries. Ooh, that shit smell good. Smell like an eat the candle. Y'all want to see a picture of me from back in the 90s? Let me show y'all. Somehow somebody found this and gave it to me. Oh, my best friend found it. Look at PT from back in the 90s, y'all. Look. That was in New Orleans somewhere, some sleazy hotel I was at, thinking I was a gangster. Yes, come on, trade. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was in New Orleans, and I remember that. I remember that picture. My best friend had it. That was back in the 90s in the New Orleans, baby. Okay, you know. Hello, New Orleans, baby. What's the tea, baby? All right, turn off these damn lights. Turn off some of these damn lights. All right, y'all. Let me catch this. Let me catch this film. All right. Oh, babe, I was a tea back then. And obviously you can look at that picture and tells you what my sexual preference was. Well, me. Now you really can't tell what your sexual preference is by looking at the picture. But I've already told you, so now you know. Don't let the wig and dress fool you. See y'all later. Bye. Look at that beautiful picture. Where are you, PT? Oh, I'm in Italy. Yes, wherever I am, that's where they have it on the wall. I'm in Italy right now. Yes, Italy. See you guys later. Bye bye, y'all. Take care. Let's go. Let me go watch this thing. Bye, guys. Go get you one of these at Walmart.